Hey guys, we're back again. It's your water cooler on this little corner of the internet live in Pittsburgh, PA. It's the Movie Minute. I'm Mike Sorg here. Just push the buttons, turn the knobs, making this thing go. But the man who knows and follows and watches way more movies than I even have the opportunity to, Mulango, on the couch today in studio. Good to see you here in a less pixely format.
Yes, this is very true. How's it going, Mike?
Going good.
Did you see any movies this weekend?
No. I saw a lot of wrestling this weekend. I did a lot of traveling. I did not necessarily see movies proper.
Oh, so you disappoint me, but it's okay.
Disappoint you?
It's okay. I'm sure that you were much more productive with your time than I was.
Okay.
Actually, this wasn't a big week for me in movies. I didn't see any of the ones that opened this weekend. I didn't see The Escape Plan. I didn't see Carrie. I skipped them all.
Just in avoidance, as in like we kind of talked you out of it last week, or what?
So the thing that happened with Carrie was, life. So couldn't get out to see. I actually could not get out to see a movie, but I did see a free movie. So I guess I did get out to see a movie. It was just a free movie. So it's an early preview for About Time.
Okay.
Sorry for you, Mike. It looks like Google Docs did not update its little thing here.
What's up?
It's showing me the old stuff from Captain Phillips.
I got it.
Oh, you got it?
I got it over here.
Awesome.
So tell me about time.
So
tell me about time. How does this work? I don't understand.
So this is an interesting movie. It was kind of a weird one because I was going into it thinking, I see Rachel McAdams in it. I'm like, oh gosh, this is a chick flick.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely a movie that I don't want to see. I still Bill Nighy from like all of those British movies, and I'm just like, there's no way I'm gonna like this. But I will admit I'm a sucker for these kind of movies.
Mm-hmm.
And the director, Richard Curtis, his list of movies that he's done are all along this. It was funny that this was labeled as sci-fi. I think it was like sci-fi drama. What was it? Yeah,
so
sci-fi drama comedy.
This looks like it's kind of a butterfly effect sort of situation.
It's not
time?
Butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
They do explain it. The best way to say it, it's 3 movies in one.
Okay.
In sequence.
Yeah.
With that character's timeline. The time thing isn't. It's explained in a way that you get over it pretty quickly. It's not. They explain a lot of stuff for that,
mm-hmm.
but it's not. It's not so much a love story as I would say it was more like a finding yourself type movie.
Okay,
like Elizabethtown, Garden State. You saw Garden State?
No. Kind of curious after hearing about that Kickstarter situation.
Oh man. But yeah, the director did Notting Hill, Bridget Jones' Diary, and Love Actually.
Yeah.
So that's what you're walking into. So, but ultimately, I didn't think it was bad. I know Rotten Tomato right now, I think they're having it at a 66%. So that's Rotten Tomato. Like we said, we don't really take those ratings to heart.
No,
but
just a guide.
If you definitely want to score points with the lady, I would say go see it. If you're just extremely bored for some reason, I still don't think this is the movie you go to see. But it's not bad. It's not great.
Okay. It's
not the movie that I stand in line for.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it seems like it looks like it looks like one of those kind of quirky, not quirky really, but one of those kind of off kilter independent movies to me that I would pick up and enjoy on Netflix, like something weird, like have you ever seen Cashback on there, or something, or like a Go kind of movie,
And to be honest, for the kind of movie this was, it kind of released kind of early. This is the kind of thing you see around Thanksgiving,
mm-hmm.
Christmas,
mm-hmm.
really, sap up those. I'm at home from school and I got nothing to do.
Yeah.
Let's go see a movie with the family.
Oh.
But leading into that, this weekend's lineups were pretty interesting. Gravity still held strong, which is surprising, but not really surprising because I still want to go see this in 3D. Captain Phillips holding strong at number 2, and Carrie, the big one that opened last week, only came in at number 3, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting that you still have Gravity and Captain Phillips that are holding that first 2 spots. So obviously, I guess people weren't really ready for Halloween movies, or this just wasn't the one that they really cared about.
I think people are getting a little tired of remakes like this.
That could be true too. But yeah, I mean, so that was the weekend that was. Mm-hmm. So how about we roll into a break? What do you got for us? Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, we're live, and you don't have the docs to let me know there is no break, but I could take a second to tell you to go check out sorgatronmedia.com. We got a lot of stuff going on. We just posted today, of course, our great nonprofit news show. If you are in the Pittsburgh area like we are, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of cool stories today about Food Bank on the north side and a groundbreaking in the Hill District on its really cool community center, and the giant ducks on there. If for nothing else, you want to see what the heck is this giant duck about?
The duck.
We did not get down there because our filming day it was raining, but we had some great contributors, friends on Twitter and Facebook left us a lot of photos. I actually did get down there Saturday and got to take a little bit of footage. But we got to utilize the green screen, right? As you in studio here could see right over there, we got to use that, and it turned out pretty good. I'm really happy with it. So go check that out, sorgatronmedia.com, and all the other stuff, Wrestling Mayhem Show. Sign up for our newsletters, both creators, and if you just want to see what we're putting out, we have 2 newsletters up there, right on the right side there, under the Sorgatron Media in your inbox little sign. And just check out what we're doing around here on the network. And if you like pro wrestling, it is definitely the place because we do a lot of that too. So, what's the first story you got here for me, Mulango?
All right, so I'm going to run down the news, and the one that I really want to talk about, I think I'm going to hold off for last, which is I definitely want to talk about Avatar. That caught me off guard. So I
heard rumblings of this before, but we'll get to that. So
I'll do the quick rundown. Okay. There's an Armstrong movie coming.
As in Lance Armstrong, not Stretch.
Yes.
Because I needed a distinction there.
As in Lance Armstrong. My question is, Ben Foster's in this. I looked him up, and I can kind of see a likeness. But the big thing for me is, after his doping incident, do we really care? I mean, first of all, cycling is a specific type of thing.
I don't think this is so much about cycling as
the Lance Armstrong story.
I mean, he overcame, but then he effed up, right? I mean, there's a story there that transcends the sport, I believe.
But it's going to just have a cloud of just doom, and you know what the ending is. That's the problem with these kind of movies.
You know the ending. It's a biography.
You know what the ending is.
Man, I don't know if JFK is going to get shot at the end of this one. You know?
He survives.
I mean, I kind of even knew how Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter was going to end in the long run, right?
Okay, I was looking up the next generation of love type of movies, and I mean type as in parentheses. If you like these kind of movies, like what we just talked about, Love Actually, that whole sequence kind of had like a group of actors that kind of came with that genre. A lot of it was the British people, but you kind of had that. It seems like the American type of movies, I mean, I know Will Smith was in that really cheesy one, but for the most part, it's weird when you see this cast. We have what was the black kid's name? Sorry, I described him as the black kid. Really off. Do you have that picture? Is there any way you can pull that up?
Yeah, here it is. I'll have it in a second.
Starring Zac Efron, the Michael B. Jordan, and Miles Taylor, which was actually... That kid, I actually respect this kid. He was just in the recent movie that I went to see. That was actually pretty good, but it had a definite weird kind of vibe to it. But when you look at these three actors, they're definitely like, I don't want to say they're in that, besides Zac Efron, which it seems like they're the ones, they're pushing his character as like the lead on this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it just seems like if you go to see this movie in theaters, you're going to be around a whole bunch of 16-year-olds.
Well, is that the who they're going for though?
I don't think that's what they're going for. I think they're trying to go with a more serious vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, besides the Miles Teller, I don't know who. I don't know. It's just weird. I just wanted to bring that to your attention so you could stew in the weirdness with me.
We'll keep it here. This isn't the type of movie we don't even do like the date movie chick flick thing a lot, Yeah. So this is just going to be like under the radar, and it's not even a thing for us.
So I know this is going to do with dishonest because we could probably spend a whole half hour on this topic. But superhero movies.
Yes.
Are they becoming too much, or are we just going to soak it up until it's played out?
Oh, dude, I'm soaking it up. I'm loving it. What are you talking about? Like I said, I've told you before, the only thing I go to and say, yes, that's something I'm going to, without a doubt, I think the only movies I have gone to over the summer have been superhero movies.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, I can wait for the other ones. I can wait for that one. But it's like, no, I got to go see what they do with Captain America. I got to go see what they do with Thor, Wolverine. When it comes to the Marvel and the DC guys, even like RFPD, I kind of wanted to see because it felt very Men in Black-y, but it wasn't the franchises. So I'm completely buying into, I want the names, I want the guys that I'm reading in the comic books. I'm actually, and I don't know, honestly, if this is more because of technology and I'm reading stuff on tablets, or because I'm so excited because of the movies.
Yeah.
But I'm back to reading comic books, and I'm really enjoying it. I really... like the soft reboot they did with Marvel, with a lot of new titles. I think it was towards the end of last year, and I'm really enjoying some of the stuff they're doing with it because they're spinning out a lot of it in the comic books. But no, I take them just like I haven't honestly seen a bad Marvel movie since Incredible Hulk, since they started this.
You were talking about the first Incredible Hulk.
I'm talking about Incredible Hulk, like the one that came out around Iron Man.
Which one are you? Not Edward Norton. I like the Edward Norton one. I actually like that.
Okay, then that's actually came out after. So ever since Iron Man, I have not seen anything from Marvel in a televised fashion that I have disliked. I'm enjoying Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I've enjoyed every movie. I own every movie as soon as it comes out on DVD. I'm completely bought into it. DC? I enjoyed Man of Steel. I love what they did with that. I would even like to pick up Green Lantern. I didn't think it was half bad.
Well, let me just run down this rundown. We have a Captain America movie coming out. We have a Thor movie coming out next week. We have
That's next week?
Yes.
Damn, I got to clear my schedule.
We have an Avengers movie that is most likely, is it this year?
It's next year. I believe it's next year.
Wonder Woman is being talked about.
Is Wonder Woman potentially being in the Batman Superman one? Now I'm waiting for WB to screw this up. I'm waiting for it, man.
Can you see the writing on the wall?
It is. It's like, oh god, we need an Avengers movie. Ben Affleck, be Batman, quick! It really seems like it. You know, I mean, it feels like, and I hope. Granted, the Legendary and Syncope and the Christopher Nolan people have done so well with this franchise and rebooting it with a new tone with Batman and now with the Superman. I'm hoping that I'm hoping everybody's hands off aside from that.
Well, I mean, even the discussion between the fact, is this a Superman movie with Batman or is it a Batman movie with Superman? It's like,
I think they're quietly. You know what I learned? You know what might have been a great show. I don't know if you listen to this. It's called Autopilot. They watch pilots of series, sometimes successful, sometimes not.
Huh.
They were actually. Or I'm sorry, I'm mixing it up. Actually, no. Which show were they talking about that? They're talking about Banner. No. How did this get made? I'm mixing my shows. How did this get made? Which is a lot of the guys from the league actually. doing this. And they did one on Batman and Robin I just listened to. It is the older one. I'm going back to the catalog.
Okay.
And they said that like Schumacher was signed for the next Batman, and they were working on the Tim Burton Superman. So, and there was word about them starting the crossover of World's Finest at that point. Could you imagine if the Schumacher Batman franchise kept going, Tim Burton Batman or Superman happened, and you've heard the script interestingness over that from Kevin Smith, I'm sure. Where that could have gone, and what we wouldn't have in the Dark Knight franchise.
Or we would have had a lot more reboots.
Yeah.
Like, let's just redo it.
Man, yeah, they are not shy about pulling the plug. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do with Batman Superman. And I'm open to it. I think they proved themselves with Man of Steel. With Zack Snyder.
We'll keep an eye out on it. Mm-hmm. Definitely, if you're out there, viewers, definitely let us know what you think about that. Are you excited to see more of these kind of movies? All right, let's talk about. This was an interesting tidbit of news. I did not realize that we will be receiving 3 more Avatar sequels.
Why is this? I'm surprised because it did well. I thought it was on the premise of the 3D was more what pushed it. It was the first, hey, this is what 3D is. This was the killer app for 3D movies, and I thought they did a very, very good job at pioneering that.
I agree. The thing about this article that really kind of like threw me off was the Stephen Lang to return to all 3 Avatar movies. Mm-hmm. The reason why I'm a little confused about that was he was the general who is killed in the movie that we saw.
And then they say, they are saying in the article here, we're not going to say exactly how we're bringing them back, but it's a science fiction story after all. I mean, look at what they're doing. They're splicing people in and out. Maybe they have his conscious somewhere and they stick it in a blue guy.
Yes, that is true.
Right? I mean,
it's just awkward.
It's sci-fi.
You are on a magical planet.
It's almost as bad as comic books, okay? It's magical glowing tree planet with your 8-foot-tall blue guys.
Somebody at work brought up the topic that, was anybody confused by the bestiality within this movie, where they attach to animals to move around, but they also attach to themselves in order to mate. It's like, oh. Sorry.
There you go. There you go, though. But really, I didn't think the story was awesome enough to warrant more going on.
The way it ended, I would agree with you. There's a lot that they don't really explain about how they got to whatever that planet was. I can't remember. How they got to where they were and the evolution of Earth to progress to that point. I think
all the answers to your questions about this movie and its franchise can be answered in the unofficial sequel of Avatar XXX. I'm pretty sure. So that's already happened, and without the 3D.
I mean, I'll be honest. I would be willing to see a prequel. I don't really care about the 3rd and 4th one. I don't need to see what happens after. Like, I don't think anybody's. I don't know. Maybe people are interested to see what happens with a planet full of tall blue people, but yeah. 4 movies. Gosh, Cameron. I don't get it. It's just that guy.
It's building a franchise, man.
Oh, my God.
They got a plan and they'll do it. They're like, this is going to be. Everybody wants to do the next Star Wars franchise and say, we got a trilogy.
We are going to milk it for all it's worth.
Batman, we got a trilogy. I think it's ballsy to say, hey, we're making 3 multi-million-dollar movies with a ton of CG. See you next decade,
Oh, well. Well, anyway, I'm going to wrap it up because I have a free movie to go to. I don't even remember what it is now.
You just go. You're just like, this is what I do.
What did they tell you when I came in here? Oh, well. It's going to be great.
You told me it was not Bad Grandpa, which emailed me right when we were about to start the show.
It's Las Vegas.
Las Vegas,
So this is going to be an interesting one. But you will not be able to get too much into depth about the movies coming out this weekend, but we have The Counselor, which just looks, if you see this trailer, it just looks confusing. But
what's the general gist of it?
Money laundering, possibly. With
possibly,
if you watch the trailer, I direct you to the trailer. I'll post. I can post it up if you can't find it. I'll post it up on Twitter later
I'll
on.
have it up here a second. If it loads, I don't know. I'm having some issues.
A lot of big names, though. I mean, Brad Pitt's in it. Cameron Diaz. A lot of people are in this movie. Mm-hmm. It's a really good cast. There's a chance that this movie could be really good, but based on the trailer, it's. Yeah. And then Jackass, the grandpa
which
version.
looks good, actually. Like, it looks like it'd be funny. Like, it's like, with somebody, I was listening to Frame Rate from yesterday, and they're like, this has got this has got Borat money all over it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's fun. Is that Johnny Knoxville dressed up as grandpa? Okay.
Yep.
All right. It looks like they do some fun, ridiculous stuff.
I think it'll be an interesting movie. So I'm usually not that into those, but I've enjoyed all of them.
No. Really?
Yeah, I thought they were funny. I didn't go to the theaters.
I've honestly never. I might watch like a Jackass movie when it's like on HBO or something.
It is, especially the one in 3D. If you haven't seen that one, it was pretty funny.
Okay.
And I think it's on Netflix. It might still be on Netflix. But just another tad note. There's a movie called Blood Brothers. I saw it somewhere that it was being released this week. I hope it's being released in Pittsburgh in theaters.
Yeah, I noticed there's a lot of those interesting movies because on the movie drafts I've been hearing about, they're like, it's been, they're doing limited releases to get in for the Oscar season, and then they'll pick up the money later when they do get the wide release after they've gotten all the Oscar.
Yeah, but I will do a plug. If this movie is in this area. Definitely, if you have some time, go support these guys. Yeah, it's these are two friends of mine, but I mean, this movie's they won the Sundance Award.
Oh, cool.
They are from Pittsburgh.
So there's a show connection.
Yep, it was filmed not in Pittsburgh, but it was edited in Pittsburgh. It was filmed in India. Pittsburgh. Yeah, so my buddy who stars in it is Rocky Pratt, and the awesome director is Steve Hoover, and Danny also directed in this. So it's a really good movie. The guys from Animal Visual Effects are the ones that kind of are backing it. But yeah, hopefully it's in theaters. It might be in some of the smaller places, like the Squirrel Hill Manor, maybe those. But definitely go check it out.
All right,
I've seen it. It's pretty inspiring. But with that note, my phone is blowing up. I gotta go. Gotta go see some movies.
All right. Let's go check us out. Again, we're on YouTube. Right now, the video is just over at youtube.com/Sorgatron Media. If you found this on the audio, you can look up the Movie Minute on iTunes. So, and then we'll see you next week.
Oh, wait. Sorry. I hate this. One last note. The next big movie coming out is, I believe it's November 1st.
Okay.
It might be November 8th. I'll have to check. But it is Thor. So I'd like to get a Google Hangout. I'm going to start throwing up some stuff on Twitter. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you think you'd want to...
It's the 8th.
Okay, so yeah, if you think you'd be interested in being in the Hangout with Mike and I and talking about that movie, definitely.
Awesome.
All right.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
See you.
Explosion!